So we're gonna click on a blank document to create a blank document. And when we create a blank document, this is how it's gonna look like. So we're gonna start with the text editing. I'm gonna write a text here. We can make the page bigger or smaller from here, and 100% is the default. Then double click this text. We have here the size of the text, it's 11. We can make it bigger by these buttons and smaller, and we can make it bigger here by choosing a size. We see here that the last size here is 72. So if you want something bigger or something more specific, like you don't want 12 but you don't want 14, you want something like 13, you just type here and it's gonna be 13, or type 100 and it's gonna be 100. Now we have the font here. There are some fonts that you will find on your computer and some fonts like this that I downloaded and installed in my computer, so you will not find them in your computer. The Consolas, the Ink Free, maybe you will find it, but this amazing curly and another stuff here, I've downloaded that fonts from the internet, and I'm gonna show you how to download fonts and install them so that you will have them here in Microsoft Word. So I download fonts from a website called Creative Fabrica, www.creativefabrica.com. So just click here, and then a page like this is gonna appear in front of you. So you need to sign up or log in, and that you need to go to the freebies and go to free fonts, and you will have millions here of free fonts, and they are very beautiful. You see here, you have this Before the Rainbow, we have this called Lovin', we have My Love, we have Anastasia, and a lot of stuff. So you just click on one of these and a page like this will appear in front of you. So you just click download for free and then sign up or log in to download the fonts. And after logging in, I'm able to download this font right now by just clicking on the download button. And here the font is downloaded. So we go to our files here and downloads, and we have this font here. Right click, extract here, and you will have here anastasia.otf. So just double click this one and then install, and wait a little bit for it, and then this install button will become gray, which means that this font is now installed in your operating system and you can use it in Microsoft Word and everywhere actually. So now let's come back here and write something, and again make it bigger. By double clicking, you can select this text and then give it a beautiful font. Let's give it this one. And now we have three options here. We have bold, which makes the text bold, italic, which makes the text dancing, underlined, and we have some options here, the dotted and the dashed underlined, this curved underline, and more underlines here. You can look for whatever you want, the font color and the underline style and the underline color. For example, let's make it red and say okay. Here how it looks. Okay, here the strike through, which will strike through our text. Here is the subscript and the superscript. Let's make something here. For example, we want to make the oxygen molecule. Here, if we make 2, it will not be very beautiful, but if we select this 2 and make it a subscript, it's gonna be more beautiful. The same goes with x power 2. If we select this and make it a superscript, it's gonna be smaller and it's gonna be much better. So that's it for the subscript and the superscript. Now we have some options here. We can highlight our text. We have some limited colors. We have this yellow, this green, this blue, pink, and another blue here, the red. Okay, so we have some colors. Okay, and here is the color of our text. So we have a lot of colors, as you can see here, and I like them a lot. But if you don't like them, it's okay. Go to more colors and you can choose from here whatever you like. You can go on the internet and get a specific hexadecimal value or RGB value and paste it here. I'm gonna show you in a minute how to do that. Just go to your browser, open your browser, and then here look for military green hex code. And then they're gonna give you the hex code here. So you just copy this hex code and then go to your Microsoft Word and paste the hex code here and say okay. And this will be military green. Okay, so that's how you use the hex code. Again, here in mark colors, the standard, which has a lot of color, and we have the custom here where you can choose by moving this thing around, or you can paste the hexadecimal value. Now we have the gradient colors here, light variations and dark variations here of the color that we have. We can click on more gradients, and here it says solid fill. You can check gradient fill, and then the type of the gradient, linear, and the presets. If you want a preset, there's a lot of presets here. If we don't want a preset, let's just choose colors from here. So just click these here, these stamps here. Click this first stamp and make it, for example, red. The last stamp will be yellow. The stamps in between will be something like orange. I'm gonna look for orange here, something like this one here, okay? And the other stamp here also gonna be the same color. So here we have a gradient color that is very beautiful. You can move these things around here like this to adjust your gradient. If you don't like it, just change some colors and it's gonna be very different. The position here will move these things around. If you just select one of these, and you will be moving this stamp here around, you can add a stamp or delete a stamp. If we click on delete, the selected stamp will be deleted. If we click here, we can add a stamp. We can add a lot of stamps and move them around. So that's all about the gradients. We have a linear gradient, we have a radial gradient, a rectangular gradient, and they are not the same, of course. We've got the transparency here. And we have the brightness here, as you can see. You can also play with this thing here. And that's all about the gradient fill. Okay, the solid fill is a normal fill, and you choose a color from here. Now let's go and talk about some pre-made text effects that Microsoft Word 16 has. We have here some pre-made golden text, as you can see here. We have this kind of text that has some reflection here and has some gradients colors. We have a lot of pre-made text effects like this one here. This one is also very beautiful. So now we have some options under these text effects. We have the outline. If we want our text to be outlined, for example, I'm going to move this to show you what an outline means. And I'm going to select this here and go here, and in outline I'm going to choose a red outline, and you see that it's outlined with red. Okay, then you can choose no outline, and I prefer no outline for this one. We have the shadow here. We have a lot of pre-made shadows you can see here, and they are very beautiful. We have the reflection. We have a lot of reflection variation, as you can see here, and when we click on reflection options, we will be here and we will have all these options that is here. We have, you see here, we have the shadow, which is here, the reflection, and then the glow. So we have some options that is here. Let's talk about the reflection. So choose a preset here, and then choose the transparency of your reflection if you want it to be very transparent or very clear, and the size of your reflection if you want it to be full size or just half of the text will be reflected. And we have the blur. If you increase the blur, your text will be very blurry. If you decrease it, your text will be very clear here. We have the distance, which is the distance between the text and its reflection, and you can make it very big or very small. Okay, so that's all about the reflection. And we have also here some shadow options. Let's look for beautiful shadow here. So we have this shadow, we have this one. Okay, this one is beautiful. And we have the transparency. We can make it very clear or very transparent. We have the size of the shadow here, and we have the blur here. See, it's not blurry, and then it's gonna start to become blurry. We have the angle of the shadow, and we have the distance between the shadow and our texts. Okay, so no shadow. And let's go to the glow. We have some presets here. We have this red glow, this very small red glow, and some preset. But if you don't like them, just choose another color here, for example white or black. Maybe black is better, or gray, and then choose the size of the glow. You see here the size of the glow and the transparency of the glow. So this text is glowing in gray even though it's not seen. So you see this text is glowing glowing. If we change here the page color to black, you can see that the text is really glowing. Not very glowing, but that's okay. If you liked today's video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. And if you have any questions, please comment them down below in the comments section, and stay safe.